All right, live. Let's give some time to let some people in. All right, what is up, everybody? This is the UK live show, 4:30 Eastern Time on Saturday. I do these when I can, seeing as most of you are outside the US and are in a different time zone. My regular shows are super late for you, so also Saturday shows, we build something like, randomly something different than a coil class coil or whatever. So today we're going to do a hedgehog with an inlay, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. See how good we could do it, how far we get. I am going to be using 0.4 ribbon, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is I like 0.3 better for hedgehogs and enigmas because, first of all, it's a lot of ribbon, and second of all, they just wrap easier. And I just always seem to have better luck when I use 0.3, but I'm just running low on 0.3, so you could also use 0.4, no big deal. So what's a hedgehog? A hedgehog's like an enigma, only it has 2 humps instead of 1. So with them 2 humps, you're able to put other wires inside of there. All right. So first I'm going to get my stack together and ready. And then we can make a decor and go from there. So first and foremost, I'm going to get a piece of 40 gauge out, just about 12-inch worth of 40 gauge, and get that ready. And now I have some 0.4 ribbon. I have stainless steel and Kanthal, and I'm just going to mix it up. Mixing them up. So, my favorite hedgehogs are like 12 ply. You do want a lot of ribbons for a hedgehog because you need to get 2 humps, so you need more room to get that 2 humps. So I'm going to do 12. I'm going to do 3 16-inch pieces of ribbon at Kanthal and 3 at stainless steel and mix them up. Now, with hedgehogs, I do like to keep my stack small. I don't like to do like over 16-inch like other builds. I'd rather just do the actual 16. Usually these come out to be 4 wraps anyway because they're such a wide build. Getting a 5 wrap build is going to be hard and fit that into an RDA. So 16 damn near exactly is what I'm getting ready. And it's probably going to be even less than that after I do my loops. So 3 pieces of Kanthal, 3 pieces of stainless steel. If you do all stainless steel, they're going to come out really low, but you can do that. All right. Now, yeah, this is Lightning Vapes ribbon. I didn't stretch any of it. I just took it right off the spool. And now I'm going to pick up all the pieces, get them all, you know, same length there. Pinch, run my fingers down to this end. And then I'm going to, you see how some of them are bent and some are smaller than others. I'm going to look for the shortest one. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut them all the same size and make sure that they're all clean. All right. Bunch of pieces of ribbon there. Still got fucking paint on my hands. Alright, now I'm going to take all these ribbons, push them together, and get them stacked. Just on the one end first. When you're stacking this many ribbon, you kind of just got to divide and conquer. So just do one side at a time. And make sure they're all in one stack. Man, my fingers are fucked up. All right. Now I'm going to get some water on my other fingers and run it down the ribbon. And this water is going to make all these ribbons stick together. It's almost like a temporary glue. See, now it looks like I have 1 piece of wire, but it's actually 6. I'm going to run my fingers down again. I got it with both ends. I'm going to fold it in half, like so. Just get them both in them fingers. I'm going to find the center here and bend them all. All right, so they're in my fingers like that. I put a little bend in it, pinch down, and then bring them both together. So that 6 pieces of ribbon just turned into 12. And I'm going to bring them together right here. Like that. All right. And now while they're together, I'm going to take that 40 gauge I cut earlier. and wrap this guy together. Hold it tight. Cut the excess off. Cut that. All right. Now I'm going to pinch that 40 gauge and run my fingers down. Get some water on my fingers again. And now this last time I'm going to pinch, bring my fingers down about an inch. I'm going to get my 40 gauge again. I'm going to pinch that 40 gauge with my thumb. And then I'm going to wrap right above where I'm pinching. And I'm pinching down pretty hard so all these ribbons stay. I'm just going to do about 5 wraps with that. All right. Looks like all the canthal got to the middle. All right. And now I'm going to pinch that 40 gauge I just put on there and slide it all the way down to the end. And that should stack your ribbon. And when you let go, between the water and what you just did, it should hold it together nice and neat. So I'm going to get this as close down all the way as I can. All right, so this is what it looks like on the other side. I'm going to take the excess 40 that I didn't cut off yet, and I'm going to do a couple more wraps with it down here, nice and tight. This is where it's staying, so probably another 5 wraps. All right, make sure the stack's all good. I could cut the excess 40 off, and I could also cut the ribbons off that are too long here. All right, so there is my ribbon stack. Now all it needs is some frames. So 0.4, a good frame for 0.4 is either 26, 27, or 28. I think I'm going to use 28 because I got a lot of 28, I think. Yeah. Oh, actually, wait a minute. You know what? Maybe I should do 27. Nah, I like 28. 28 is my favorite to use for these. So I'm going to use 28 nichrome. I'm going to grab the 28 with my needle noses. Put my finger right there. Bring it down. Boom. So I got 2 times the size of this. Let's try that again. 2 times the size of this, and now I'm going to stretch it so it makes it straight. And then I'm going to cut it off my spool. And there's my 28 gauge. Now, what I'm going to do is get this 28 gauge. I'm going to fold it in half the same way I did for the ribbon. Like that. Then I'm going to get my ribbon stack. Ow. Going to get my ribbon stack and put it inside of the 28 gauge. I'm going to start just like that. And then I'm going to close the 28 in on it slowly. And I'm going to try to get the same shape as what the 28 gauge is. Once I get it where I want it, I'm going to get some more 40 gauge and wrap the 28 onto the ribbon. What's up, everybody coming in? All right, so this is what it looks like now. Cut that excess 40 off. Run my fingers down about an inch, get the 40 again, and wrap about 5 times. And before I slide that down, I'm going to go above that wrap that I just did. I just did this 40 gauge wrap right here. I'm going to go right here, and I got like a piece of ribbon that I cut off, and I'm going to make a slider, which means I'm going to wrap this little piece of ribbon about 3 or 4 times around this, and that's going to keep the build together, and also slide up and down this when I get to fusing. So this is what I have right now. And now I'm going to slide that 40 gauge down and slide that ribbon down right behind it. All right. So slide the 40 a little bit, slide the ribbon right behind it, 40 a little bit, ribbon, 40, ribbon, 40 all the way down, ribbon right there, and bring the 40 completely down to this end. Sometimes the first 40 gauge I'll actually take off, like the one that I did on just the ribbon. Sometimes I'll just slide that off and keep the second one on there. But for now, it'll stay on there. It's fine. I'm going to wrap it a couple more times. The excess 40 I had on there. Cut it clean. Cut it clean. These frames are pretty big. Let's cut them down like that. Now I just like to hot glue both ends where the 40 gauge is. So once again, this is what the loop looks like. All right. Let's make sure everything is pinched together. Let me get some hot glue and my lighter. Heat up the hot glue and dab it just over the 40 gauge right under that loop. They're 12 ply. 6 pieces of ribbon folded in half. All right. Now, I'm going to take this loop, put it onto the swivel, and pull everything away from the swivel. So it's basically like somebody else holding the other end. I'm going to bend this 28 like that real quick. Just one up, one down. All right, I'm going to pull away from the swivel. This is going to just put some tension on it, make sure everything's straight, and then dab some hot glue on this. Make sure them frames are tight. You don't want anything on this thing loose. You want to have a nice stack. For enigmas and hedgehogs, it's important that you don't have to mess with the stack when you're fusing the alien part. You don't want to have to worry about it. You want to have a nice prep job. What's up, everybody coming in? I'm not even going to hold you guys. I feel like fucking shit. I took some Dayquil, but that's why I didn't go to work, because I feel like shit. I don't think it's allergies either. Thanks, Zach. All right, now we just got to make the decor. I'm just going to do a regular 38 gauge decor. I just want to have, I think I'm going to do a stitch though. This isn't the Ocula. This is the BTFC. Same company, different RDA, BTFC. All right. So yeah. So I got some 38 gauge stainless steel, and I'm going to decor a piece of 28 gauge. Now, do I have 28 gauge right here? 26, 27, 28. All right, here's some 28 gauge. Get that on my swivel. Bring the big boy drill over. Now, when I do hedgehogs or any kind of enigma, I do make extra decor because I don't know if I'm going to mess up or not. And they're just weird. There's not like an exact science to them. So 28 gauge. Oh, actually, no, I usually do 30. Shit, this is wrong. I usually do 30 gauge, not 28. Fuck. Never mind. Not 28. I'm sorry. Not 28. I'm not doing 28 gauge. That would be for an enigma. I do 28. For a hedgehog, I do 30. 30 gauge. 30 gauge decor. Get out a piece of 30 gauge. Stretch it straight. Everybody's going to want the Ocula. All right. Actually, I need to see something. Nope, nothing there. All right. .30 gauge. All right, it's going to get loud, so I'm probably going to mute my microphone. Yeah. So I'm just going to clap in this 28 gauge. Just doing a regular Enigma, not interlock, just regular, but I am going to stitch it. I'll probably stitch it with like 40 gauge or something. So stainless steel 38. Get that on there. I'm going to mute the microphone real quick. Woo! Hello. Hello. All right, I just almost ended the stream. Damn, pressed the wrong button. All right, now I'm going to put my drill in reverse. Hold this 38, just holding it. Reverse. See if it's moving. It is. I'm going to reverse it a little more. All right. So a good way to find out if it's moving the whole way is pinch it near the drill and see if it moves back and forth. If it does, then it is loose. If it doesn't, you need to loosen it more. Cut that and take this off. Now, there's my décor. This is 30 gauge, this is 38 for a hedgehog. Now, let's see how much I made. All right, I made enough to do 2 sets. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this guy in half like that. And I'm going to cut it like that. And then I'm going to bring these ends together because I like to do one at a time. I don't like doing 2 at a time. I like doing 1 at a time, especially if I'm stitching it. So now I got 4 7-inch decors. All right. 4 of them. So I got 4 tries to get 2 coils. All right. And then I got this. So let me show you. Four decors. There's my stack, and here's my 30 gauge. I'm done with the 30 gauge for now. I'll keep it on the side just in case. What's up, Scott? All right. Now what I want to do is I want to get some 40 gauge. I'd like it to be stainless steel. If I can't find it quick enough, I'll just do nichrome. All right, I got some 40 gauge stainless steel. This is going to be my stitch. Get one of these decors. All right. I'm going to get my 40 gauge out with needle noses. All right, I'm going to get it out a little more than the length of the 38. I'm going to give it a little stretch to make it straight. And before I drop it, I'm going to cut this with scissors. All right, here's my 40 gauge. Let's see if I can get this on camera here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right. The 40 gauge is in there. I'm going to push the decor up the 40, just a little at a time. And I'm going to do this until it comes out the other side down here. I know it's almost there. It seems like it always gets caught at the end for me. Yep, it did get caught at the end because now it came right out. I just gave it a little twist. And there's the 40. You don't have to use these gauges though. You can use different gauges. I'm going to pull this 40 because I knew that there was a bend in it there. So I'm going to pull that all the way out and cut it. I'll keep this 40 aside. I might be able to use this for wrapping or something. All right, now I like to take the 38 and with my nail right at the end, just stretch it out a little bit. And then I'm going to bend it there like that and make a little loop. I know it's hard to see. The lighting's a little weird right here. There you go. And twist. Basically, this is putting the 38 and the 40 together a little bit more permanently. All right. All right. Fucker. Oh no, I just messed up all my fucking decors. Oh, Jesus. I just fucked them up pretty bad. Wow. That was stupid. Damn it. Good thing I kept that 30 gauge around. I gotta make more right now. I'm not gonna make that long of a one, but maybe I'll just make at least, I'll just do 2 of them. So I'm just gonna need the Clapton 14 inches because I don't want to take my stack off of the drill and stuff to get another one. That sucks. All right. I'll keep that aside. All right, so now I got another one for when I need it. All right, so the next step is to stretch my decor. So the reason I did this here was to show you my clamp. I'm going to take this end of the decor, clamp it to the table. Now, before you stretch it, just know that this coil needs to be understretched a lot, which means you don't stretch it like a regular alien, like a regular 28. You want to stretch it a lot less than that. So if I were to stretch this out, let's say normally you would stretch it like 4 feet, I only need to stretch it like 2 feet. So I'm going to stretch it and just look at it and see what it looks like. I'm pulling the 40 and stretching my decor over the 40. Now I'm going to let go of my decor. I'm going to let go of the decor, but hold the 40. All right. Now I'm going to take the 40 out about 3 feet and then cut it. Or you could do the setup like I usually do. That's fine too. But I've been actually liking it this way. Just leaving the 40 3 feet longer. All right. You don't want to cut it the same size. That's for sure. Let's get this centered. Now I have some kind of loop here because when I twist it, I can just hook that up to one of the 28s right there. It's hooked on. Put the drill in the reverse direction that you did the decor. That's very important, just like any alien. I'm going to get this down here. Make sure everything is good. All right. And I'm just going to keep spinning until I find the proper pattern. So I definitely have some kind of pattern going on here. It's pretty hard to see. So I'm going to need the camera to see if I got the right amount going on. And yes, that is 2 humps right there. So I'm looking at these humps sticking up. All right, an Enigma would be just one of them humps. But a hedgehog has 2 of them humps. All right, you see how understretched my alien is? All right. like to put my draw on slow with this. Damn it. Keep making little mistakes. Yeah. So everything I told you is right, besides my execution's really fucked up right now. So I'm just going to keep getting practice out of this bit, and I'm just going to start on the second one, and then I'll come back, rip this one off, and redo it. It's not very often I get them on the very first try. Especially if I haven't done them in a while. Alright. I actually wish these decors were bigger. The 7-inch is not working out, I don't think. It would get enough, but barely. It's like no mistakes, though. You know what? I'm taking this off now. I'm actually going to try the big decor all the way. Okay. I suppose I could try it without the stitch as well. Sometimes the stitch makes it easier, really. But with a... Let me try one of these fucked up ones. With a inlay, the stitch just hardly matters. You're not going to see too much of it anyway. So let me try with one of these fucked up decors real quick. Yeah, hedgehogs ain't easy. They just ain't. I mean, they're just one of them coils that just... I'm starting to remember that I like 0.3 a lot for these. stretch. That and the stitching, I think, helps too. Stitched. Some people like to do these no stretch. I mean, there's so many different ways to go about this. All right, let me practice one with the stitch, and then I'm going to just go for it. Take my time and do it. They are, I actually don't mind doing them slow. Maybe I should have started off a little slower and then worked up the speed. I don't hate doing them slow. I actually have been more successful starting them slow and then working my way into the speed. Just stitching a little section real quick. That first one I did was definitely possible to get if I would have had a little more decor to work with. The stretch was pretty good. All right. Damn you. I do notice when my hands are dry, it's harder to do. Alright. I think I can get this the next try. Oh shit, that's 3 humps. Was I doing that the whole time? That's 3 humps. This is actually a trinity. Oh shit. Interesting. That's actually wrong. Looks pretty cool though. But yeah, that's a trinity. It's got like the 3 humps. So there's actually 2 gaps to put shit into. Oopsie daisy. Okay. So I am just going to leave. I'm just leaving. Peace. Now I am actually going to leave that decor that I made, just a full decor. And I'm going to just stitch this whole thing, which I don't really like doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think I'll be all right. Once you start getting them, they become a lot easier. Nah, Trinity's just about as old as the hedgehog. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's as old as a hedgehog. And then there's another one. There's a quad, whatever the hell they call that. You could have a lot of humps in them. Doesn't have to be just 2 or 1 or 2. It could be 3, 4, 5. I don't even know why they name them after the enigma, the hedgehog. Seems a little redundant after that. I actually think anything over a hedgehog looks like shit. It just looks like a big mess. Actually, not even a fan of the hedgehogs either. They're cool with inlays, but if you're not doing an inlay, you might as well just do an enigma. There you go. this set up. Now let me just stretch it. Obviously, I got to stretch it a little further because this is a bigger decor, but I still want to under stretch it. Take the 40, bring it out, stretch the wire over the 40. Damn you. All right. Now when I let go of the decor, keep pulling the 40 gauge tight. Leave a lot of extra 40 gauge at the end. Thank you, Kim. I mean, if I could just get one coil, I'll be happy. I'm not going to worry too much about dual if I can't get it. All right. Let me put my drill on slow. That's a Trinity too. Why do I keep getting that? Interesting. That means I would have to stretch it more. Man, the Trinity just wants to happen. Yeah, I gotta stretch this more. You fuck. Yeah, it's just being a bitch for me to get this. I don't know why. Once you get it, oh geez, you can see all that. Once you get the, hold on a second. All right, so I got a couple good sections. So here's the thing about inlays, though. The inlay could be a spaced hedgehog, but it can't be a curvy hedgehog. So for instance, right here is a tight hedgehog, and then it gets a little more space. That's fine. What isn't good is down here. You can't have that because the inlay can't fall into that. It's got to be a straight run. All right. Now, I actually have a hedgehog here that is already done. I think I do. It's a stitched interlock hedgehog, but it's a hedgehog nonetheless. So I'm going to use this to show you how I do the inlay, because I don't feel like keeping fucking with this. This would make a cool hybrid if I want it. But that's about it. So, what you do for these inlays, what I do anyway, I don't know how other people do them. I wrap the coil first, and then I do an inlay. I find out what the inlay is. So I could find out now. Now I can just look at my hump right now and see what's going to fit in there. Usually I do 0.3 ribbon is usually my go-to. I clapped in 0.3 ribbon, and that's what I use. So I could check it. I could just take the 0.3, see if it's going to fit in there. See if it was bigger, if it would fit in there. So I just take it, I put it inside, I see if the space is a little bigger than this 0.3, so that if I claptoned it, I could do that. Now, if I know 0.3 could fit in there, then I know like Clapton 32 would fit in there. I would have to Clapton it with something thin, or Clapton 36 would fit in there. So I think I'm going to do 32 this time. I've never done one with a round wire inside. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to Clapton some 32. But first, I got to wrap it and make sure that I wrapped it. I don't need this to be a fucked up coil. So I am going to wrap it with a 3/5 bit, just so I know I wrap it good. So let me wrap this coil. These are hard to wrap. Hedgehogs are easier to wrap than Enigmas, though. I think this is a 0.3 Enigma, so this is helping me. Actually, I'm positive this is a 0.3 Enigma. All right. A 0.3 hedgehog, I should say. All right, now let's make a Clapton that would fit in there. So if 0.3 fits in there, just doing a little bit of math, I know that 32, or I could check 32. So I want a Clapton 32 and put it in there. I've never done one with a round wire inlay. Yeah, the 32 fits in there easy with room. And you don't need much of this. So I'm just going to get out like, I don't know. I'll get out like 16, but I don't even need that. This 32 on here, and I'm gonna Clapton it with, I could Clapton it with a bunch of things. I guess I'll try 42. I was gonna do 46, but 42 may work too. 42 is gonna make it look a little bigger. Let's do it. 32, 42, and I only need like not even 8 inches of this. I was muted that whole time. I'm sorry. All right. So I got the 32 in the groove there, and I wrapped it with some 40 gauge. Sometimes I'll even hot glue it, is what I was saying. Now I can wrap it and it will follow that groove around if you start in the groove. Just like that. When I get it down here, I want to hold it tight and either hot glue it or wrap something around this. I'm just going to wrap it for now. For the most part, I usually almost always hot glue these on. When I do ribbon, ribbon's super bouncy, super springy. So I do use hot glue usually for the leads until it gets mounted. All right. So now this is what I got. Got the hedgehog with the inlay. All right. So you have a little mistake there, but no big deal. Actually, that's where one coil goes to the other. That's funny. Right there, I got one. This is where I start it. Now, when they wrap up spaced like that, usually I'll think about something I could just put into the space, with something I could parallel it with. And I don't know. Let me use that. I'm sure I have something around here. Something around here to use, right? It's a nice stagger fuse Clapton. There's so many things I could do here. I could really just make a Clapton or something. Just get 22 for now. Fuck that. That looks stupid. I need a fucking alien or something. What is this? All right. Fucker. I might gotta get it mounted in something. Got a lot of dustiness going on. What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? I just had one of these in one. I can't put it in the Warrior. I just got done taking one of these out of the Warrior. I could put it in the Goon. Goon 1.5. Let's do that. All right, Kim. What the hell? Oh, no. Oh, I hope everything's all right. Damn. That was crazy. All right, so I'm just going to get this installed into the Goon. Let me get a good view. flip it upside down because I'm on camera. That's what I would usually do. That was just pick it up and flip it upside down. Be careful of that inlay. Damn, how many people got goats? So dusty. Pretty cool coil. I don't mind it. This will definitely be a coil that gets given away at some point. Take a couple pictures of it. Pretty cool, though. Man, oh, man. Well, I'm sorry to hear about Kim's goat. That's crazy. I hope that's not the case, really. Now I got this stupid thing. Sometimes when I get this much done on a hedgehog and there's just a couple sections, it almost always turns out to be a hybrid. Almost always. Not quite always, but almost always. Almost. It's hard to tell. I seem to always get it on two different ends and not right in the middle. Alright. I am getting out of here in a minute. I feel like shit. I don't know. I would have probably kept going with this one if I didn't feel like crap. I just didn't want to be here messing with it and then have to stay on even longer doing the hedgehog. So if I feel better tomorrow, I'll make it up to you with another video. But right now, I don't even know what to do because I'm not even tired. But jeez. I hope I didn't catch it. Trying to get this one section tighter. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Cool. All right. So now I got this and this, and it's at least a start. It's a start on a hybrid. Look at that tightness. That's what happens when you push them all together. And there's a little mess up there, which I could take out if I wanted. And then down here, got some naked staple, and then some more fucking tightness. That's because I pushed it all together. Basically, I just took these guys on the staple and pushed, and I did the same thing down here. I pushed. Now I just have a section in the middle I got to do something to. Got to measure it. I may take that out right there. That looks like crap. All right. No, I don't think mesh is troublesome. I don't think so. No. No. Even the profile is like the best mesh RDA, and it still doesn't work all the time. Okay, Lina. Unantimentium? INW waffle? I don't know what that is. The Ducci? Pass the Ducci. Pass the Ducci. I gotta feel good for Easter tomorrow, though. Unattainable. Cool. What is this? That's 1 inch. I'll have to figure something out. Damn, best waffle flavor ever made. Damn, one of the best e-liquid flavors, too? Holy crap. Yeah, experimenting's good with that, Joseph. I mean, 28 gauge for not too low a build is good. San Francisco just put a ban on all vaping products? I thought they'd been done that. Interesting. I felt like making a 2-core mohawk real quick with big gauges. I've been wanting to do one for a while. They look pretty cool. Just a big old 2-core mohawk. Stitched mohawk, rather. That would have looked good paralleled with my... Come on, fucker. There you go. I'm just stitching. I just did 32 gauge Clapton and decored it over 26, and now I'm stitching it with 36. And there's a helicopter outside. And now I'm just going to take 2 pieces of 24. Yeah, I thought San Fran already had a ban on vaping products. It's all stupid. It really is. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's probably what's going to happen everywhere. Stretch it more. Kind of doing this for an experiment. Man, 32 is big. It sure is big. Well, that's that. That looks like shit. But I know that it would work. 32 is huge. I kind of just wanted to see how big 32 looked because I've just been seeing a couple people doing something. All right. Yeah, Joseph, I have beginner tutorials. Go to my just starting off videos, my playlist, go to beginner, go to my channel, go to playlist, go to beginner. My tutorials for beginners are numbered right from where you start off. Not only that, but coil class every Tuesday. Coil class every Tuesday. We're starting at the beginning. Yeah, I think everybody that's in this chat will tell you that's the best way to go. You ain't gonna really find any other way. There's not like books or anything out on coil building. This is pretty much it. You found it. That's why I made this channel for people that are looking for stuff like that, because there just wasn't anything. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I'm probably going to erase the last part of this video. Everybody have a good weekend. Have a good Easter. If I feel better tomorrow, I'll come live tomorrow and do something. But I just feel like shit. Sorry this video probably wasn't the best, but I'll talk to you. Have a good weekend.